Jersey chapter. Welcome. How you doing, my brother?
Alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. What's good?
How you feeling, brother?
Yeah, alhamdulillah. You know, I'm a bit better today. Obviously, we spoke yesterday. I was a bit, all over the place.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, little one. Say hello to England. Oh, mashallah.
Yeah. I feel better that you feel better, you know. But this fight that we fighting, man, it has several challenges. Like you were just speaking about when you spoke to the Pakistani community. You know, I speak openly and intensely to the African American community as well, because we facing the same challenges. You know, Muslim or not. You know what I'm saying? Just as in a culture as Black people, you know, some of the tendencies we have when it comes to family and mothers and fathers and family is really harsh and it's terrible. Seeing the effects of it is actually what's happening to the youth in the community. So if the mothers and fathers don't stand up and do a better job with loving and caring for each other and teaching us to love each other, like you said, then this problem that, you know, we fighting an internal fight, you know, amongst inside your community, my community, the community in the whole, and we need to fix that. LOVE is the only way to go.
My brother, you know what? I feel the same. Like I said, to the people who are not Muslim and not Pakistani, the reason I'm trying to speak directly to them is because they're the worst ones out here right now. And I say they're the worst because they should know better. And that's what hurts me so much. That when I hear my own Muslim youths, my own Muslim brothers quitting their legit halal jobs to start selling drugs, that breaks my heart. Wallahi, I had that. That's why, you know, before we spoke and I said, yo, I want to speak to them Pakistani. I had a phone call when we was having it, and they're telling me like little youngsters, they're quitting their jobs to become drug dealers.
Oh, for love.
Man sell drugs because they can't get jobs. Right?
Right.
Man don't sell drugs because they want to.
No.
These kids now want to sell drugs. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And we're setting I don't even know. Like, it's such an uphill battle now for me. Like, I'm starting to realize when you got your own people against you, how are you supposed to succeed? Like,
yeah.
It's my own Muslim youths that I'm trying to help, and they're the one. Like, they don't want to know. Because they've obviously been brainwashed. This is what they've been radicalized. I'm gonna use the word. They've been radicalized to be scumbags, and they've been radicalized by the media, by music, by movies, and by the man around them. That's radicalization.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're radical. You come from a beautiful thing called Islam. You come from a beautiful family. You leave that to become a scumbag drug dealer. You've been radicalized. You know what I mean? That's crazy. You've left success to go to hell. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so upset at the Muslims. So I apologize if you're not Muslim. So
come to success. We say it every day.
Hayya ala-salat. Hayya ala-salat. You get me? Like hayya ala-falah, bro. And we leave that. And I left that. Don't get it twisted. I'm so strong and harsh like this because I genuinely am one of the worst people out here. I genuinely feel I don't believe that. I know the wrongs that I've done. And I'm trying to save you mothers from the same suffering that my mum has suffered. You don't understand the things that I put my mother through. You don't understand the things that my friends have put their mothers through. And they're still putting their mothers through. Yeah, and I'll tell you now, I know untold brothers. Everyone's Malcolm X in jail. Yeah, everybody wants to be Malcolm X in jail. Would you want to be Malcolm X in jail or you want to be Malcolm X on road? I know I want to be Malcolm X on road. So people...
Me too.
Do you know what I mean? It's the, like... And another thing, you know what? Obviously, I was telling the people to become police officers, yeah? And a few of my brothers are like, what? How are you going to tell them to become police officers? Let me tell you something now. I've had conversations with brothers in jail who were saying they would rather be police officers than doing a 20-year sentence. I'll tell you that now. Who would you rather be? So we need to aspire to be other things. doctors, lawyers, solicitors, you know, all that. Yeah, it's lovely. But a lot of these youths ain't going to be that. Let's create plumbers. Let's create electricians, mechanics. This is what we, you know what I mean? Police officers. There's other ways. Everybody just wants to be in a Simsima Beamer, like everybody, you know what I mean? German whip. Everybody, like, I heard of, oh man, I ain't going to go into it, but these little Pakistani, these little Muslim youths nowadays, my brother, they're so lost. And they're dragging the non-Muslims down as well because they are the ones supplying the non-Muslims with the drugs.
You know what's deep is sometimes out here, like this weekend this Friday, I went to you know, we call it a foreign masjid, you know, like okay. if it's not a more so of a black masjid, you know, it's other communities be Pakistani, Bangladeshi. So I tend to go to some of them often, you know what I mean, when I just want to relax, because it's terrible. Like when I go to the masjids where it's mostly my brothers, you know, like black, it's confrontation and you can feel that and bringing that street shit to the masjid, you know what I'm saying? And that's not what it's supposed to be. And we more at peace and more friendly with those who don't believe the same as we believe, but when it comes to each other, we're harsh, you know, because we know we're supposed to fear Allah. And most people know, like, when you fear Allah, you won't do nothing to them. You know what I mean? So, but when I go to these outside community masjids, I just look at the young Muslim, the foreign Muslims, well, foreign to me.
Yeah, Pakistanis.
If you understand what I'm saying, I hope I don't offend nobody.
Nah.
So, I just look at them young boys and I be like, damn, they be trying to be like us. And I'm like, we try to be like you and trying to get out of this shit that we grew up in. And you trying to be like what's hard for us and making it like it's a fun thing or glorify it, and that balance is just way off, man. And it's like when I look at these brothers, they be talking, they don't listen to the imam, you know, they laughing, and I'm just like, it be hurting me because I'm like, damn, when I come to Jumar, that's like me really trying to recharge my battery. And when I see that, I'm like, damn, and I want the elders, and I don't feel right. I want to say something to them. But then, you know, I'm in there, I'm all hat to the back, tatted up, and they probably looking at me like, who's this guy, man? But I'm like, I just want to say something to him, like, yo, man, like, please, like, relax, listen to the imam, you know, try harder. Don't care about this street shit and these drugs, you know, because that path is vicious. And like you said, it don't only hurt the mothers, it don't even just hurt them, it hurt the mothers, the fathers, the aunts, the uncles, and it's a continuous thing. It hurt the beautiful babies, the children. And, you know, when I see you and we have conversations we have and you like, man, my own people ain't helping me. Brother, I deal with the same thing on a daily basis. That's why I said we got to unite and we just got to keep pushing forward.
Inshallah.
Because if we waste our time thinking about those who don't support us or don't honor us, you know, we'll go crazy. We'll be tired. We'll drive ourselves insane. Look at the dark spots under my eyes from no rest, you know, and we just got to focus on the good and be blessed with what Allah is allowing us to have. And let's tighten up amongst ourselves, you know, like me and you. Shit.
Inshallah. It's like, you know, like I grew up there. So I was one of them. Like, unfortunately, like where I grew up, there was no Pakistanis. The only Pakistani, the only thing they knew about Pakistani was Apu from The Simpsons. Yeah, like that's the only thing they like. I was in Pakistan. Like, I was a dothead. It's called my dothead and all that, sand nigger and all that. They didn't know what. You know what I mean? They didn't know what that was. So unfortunately, like, I just became a product of my society. There's a reason I used to have my trousers, my jeans are falling off my ass, my hat's backwards, because I grew up there. These little youths, you've grown up around Pakistanis. Everyone, if you go to Langley Green, the area that I'm talking about, the amount of Muslim Pakistanis in that town, in that little area, is crazy. But you see all them man there. One house will have beautiful brothers, beards. One house will have beautiful brothers with beards who pray. The next house will have brothers who's got 10 brothers shooting for them. Do you know what I mean? Like, see, it's crazy. So how, like, but what I look at it, you see the brothers who are good and with beards and know what they're talking about. It's their fault that them brothers are selling drugs because they're not stopping them. If you fear Allah, if you are a Muslim, you need to go speak to them.
Right.
It needs to be done. Like, unfortunately, it needs to be. You need to start setting guidelines. These youngsters are getting other youngsters to become drug dealers. Like, what? I know I keep saying about drug dealers. Drug dealers, it's one of the, like, it's a very sore subject to me. It's very close to my heart. And these people don't realize their own children are cokeheads. Like,
yeah.
I know because people reach out to me for help. That's why I am so harsh. I can't talk about all the things that the phone calls I get. I can't talk about everyone because obviously it's confidential.
Me too.
There's a big cocaine problem amongst my Pakistani Muslim youths. And it's crazy when 18-year-olds are reaching out saying, I cannot get off of this drug, help me. That's the one that's reaching out. Imagine the ones that ain't reaching out. How many are not reaching out?
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
But they scared. They feel like they're disrespecting their culture, they disrespecting Islam and their family and their honor. Because another thing with like Pakistanis and different nationalities, they still have that family honor. You know, they don't want to make the family name bad. See, where I'm from, people don't care about their family name. We don't even know our history. I don't know nobody past my grandpa, brother, on both sides of my family. So how can I have honor about my family and my family name if I don't know anything? So this is why in my household I try to teach my kids a lot of points about African American history, African culture, period.